How's it going, everyone? We have just had the reveal of a massive free game that will be coming to PlayStation 5. We'll talk all about that. Now, before we get into this video, I just want to ask you guys, please like this video and do leave a comment with your thoughts. It really does help out the channel a lot, and it is much appreciated. Smite 2 has been officially revealed for PlayStation 5, just PlayStation 5. No PS4 release on this one, at least for now. The official PlayStation blog has a post from the executive producer over at Titan Forge Games. More than 40 million players have already become gods and wage war in Smite. Now it's time for the next generation of godly action multiplayer online battle arena. Smite 2 is coming to PlayStation 5, and you can register for alpha testing today. Smite 2 is the Unreal Engine 5 powered true sequel to the original hit Smite. It has everything that makes Smite impressive: a large roster of playable gods from all the world's mythologies, the depth of strategy you can only find in a MOBA, and the action-packed third-person combat that you can only find in Smite. But Smite 2 takes the action MOBA to the next level with more godlike impact strategy and player creativity than ever before. Action combat meets MOBA strategy. Smite 2 starts with action third-person combat that feels like your favorite hero shooter, then layers on the deep strategy and rewarding challenges of the MOBA gameplay. MOBAs are a 5v5 team battle where the game isn't lost until the Titan at the heart of your base is slain. As you battle towards the enemy's Titans, the map's 3 lanes of minions, jungle monsters, and powerful towers will look to slow your progress. You'll earn XP and gold for defeating these obstacles to become more powerful in that match, unlocking new abilities and items. Your standard MOBA fare. The original Smite revolutionized the MOBA genre by putting players into the heat of action, moving to third-person combat. If you don't know, MOBAs are typically the League of Legends style, with the top-down camera angle, Dota, etc. That change of perspective brought action-adventure style combat to life as gods from across mythology fight on a massive battlefield. With Smite 2, the team at Titan Forge Games wanted to further evolve Smite in several ways. Players will now feel the impact of combat through tweaks to camera movements and ability animations. Each ability has been rebuilt with stunning visual effects. Whether basic attacks or mind-blowing ultimates, a huge modernization of both the tech and the look of the UI to improve combat readability. Updated character animations allow for more natural-appearing body movements without impacting the sharpness of combat. The addition of haptic feedback for the DualSense controller to further enhance the feeling of immersion. The addition of haptic feedback for the DualSense controller to further enhance the feeling of immersion. More rewarding strategy and player creativity as well. Smite 2 is about more than just pretty visuals. We've opened the door for more player creativity across every god in Smite 2 by completely changing the item shop. Gods are no longer limited to being strictly physical or magical. Anyone can purchase items with strength or intelligence to customize their playstyle. Now more gods can be played in more ways. Those items have a new function now too. Active abilities, formerly known as relics, will be moving to items, and now any item can have any active ability. So if you want to blink in Smite 2, buy a blinking amulet. If you don't want to worry about all this and just want to focus on fighting, don't worry. Just make a simple choice of playstyle and our auto builder will take care of building for you. Building is one of the more integral elements to a MOBA, so like obviously if you're trying to get like competitive at the game, I wouldn't go the auto builder route, but there's always auto building options or suggested item options with MOBAs. But yeah, I would definitely make it a case-by-case based on what you should buy. You can actually end up with fewer buttons to worry about than in Smite if you choose. It's all about letting you play the way you want to play. And, you know, it is good that they're offering different playstyles and they're offering accessibility options. It's just at a higher level, obviously. You probably don't want to go the auto route. When you're playing the Conquest map, you'll find tons of new strategic twists. A new interact button lets you fight for control of map objectives, like opening a back door to sneak up on foes. Killing jungle objectives grants your team special powers that make endgame Smite more interesting, and there's so much more, like a new stealth grass, siege minion waves, and an evolving jungle. Now, obviously, Smite was a game that was a free-to-play title. However, Smite also offered, viable content, but Smite was very accessible in terms of spending. I remember when I was playing Smite, you spent like $30 and you got like a ton of stuff in the game. So, I don't know if that's the case still to this day, but obviously with a game like this, if you're moving on to Smite 2, you should do something for the original players. Development on Smite 2 started with a few core goals, but the most important of all was respect the time, accomplishment, and money spent players have put into Smite. PlayStation gamers have spent more than 45,000 person years playing Smite. We knew we needed to make a true sequel to Smite to bring the game into the PS5 era, but we had to do so in a way that respected our players. Every gem that you have spent in Smite, including free gems, will also be waiting for you in Smite 2. Those legacy gems can be used in Smite 2 to pay for up to 50% of most new purchases, things like skins, battle passes, and events. You'll also have more waiting for you in Smite 2 through the Divine Legacy system launching in Smite 1 on January the 23rd. This system analyzes your accomplishments and grants rewards like new Unreal 5 versions of classic Smite skins, all free. If you're a longtime Smite player, you'll have most of this unlocked day one. If you're new, don't worry, you can still unlock all Divine Legacy rewards and a free unlimited tier 5 skin of your choosing in Smite. Your Smite 1 achievements will also be recognized in Smite 2 through a series of badges. You'll be able to show off your hard-earned God Mastery level and stars. Lastly, as Smite 2 is a true sequel, Smite isn't going anywhere. Players will be able to continue enjoying playing Smite on PS4 or choose to explore the new horizons of Smite 2 on PS5. The alpha will be kicking off soon. You can go to Smite2.com right now to register for alpha playtests, which will start later this year. We can't wait to build Smite 2 alongside our community during this testing phase, taking your feedback to guide development and as well. This is just the first step on a new chapter of Smite history, and they're going to share more information over the coming months. So there you go. That is the complete breakdown of the release of Smite 2 on PlayStation 5. Again, no PlayStation 4 release. Smite 1 will still be kept up, so this is going to be a true sequel for a MOBA, and honestly, relatively consumer-friendly, all things considered. I feel like Smite, from what I know and what I gathered of playing the game, it was one of the more consumer-friendly free-to-play titles where it wasn't egregious in the microtransaction aspects, and they could have easily, and we've seen this in the past, where you're doing a new game and the microtransactions and a lot of the content doesn't swing on over into the following title. Maybe they'll give you some bonuses, but with Smite 2, it really looks like they are going above and beyond in terms of offering content to legacy players, which I think, you know, a game like this, and free-to-play games and live service titles as well, sure, maybe you could have made a bit of an initial surge on revenue if you locked away some of the purchases and you didn't offer a sizable amount to legacy players. However, live service game, multiplayer games, you want people invested into the experience in totality. Building goodwill for games like this is so important because once goodwill diminishes, sure, the hardcore invested players aren't going to drop the game, but what does that mean when people talk about the game? How do you get more people into it if they hear from existing players that, oh, the game is going down the drain, etc., they haven't been good to the community, so on and so forth? Those people that have been so invested, they'll continue to play the game because they are so invested. It's a hard habit to kill. I have so many friends that are into various live service, multiplayer-oriented games that it just sounds like they're absolutely depressed playing those games, but they just play it out of almost a habitual aspect to it. But then when they talk to other people and they're like, yeah, I'm playing X game, and yo, don't get into X game because it's not a good time, but they just continue to play it because it's off this habitual aspect to it. You want people to be excited to play a game, and you want the consumer engagement to be strong, and I feel like Hi-Rez and Titanforge, not that I'm like a crazy hardcore Smite player, I played it relatively briefly, but I feel like they have been fairly solid to the community from what I gather. But I'm also just saying, from live service games in totality, it's just important to go that route and not go the route of trying to make the most amount of money that you can initially, because what does that mean for the longevity of a game? Longevity, as you guys know, and as I am a broken record, is the name of the game when it comes to titles like this. You can have an initial surge of and a wave of interest for the first month, first 6 months even, but if that tapers off, and it will taper off to an extent, but what is that extent? That is really the battle you're fighting. But Smite 2, the alpha will be kicking off later in 2024. I imagine the full release will happen in 2025. Be on the lookout for that. If you want to sign up for the alpha, Smite2.com is where you want to head. That's going to do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Sound off there. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.